Good afternoon, VC. Dave here. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Enjoyed Record Store Day. I had actually not planned on attending this year. Really wasn't much that was interesting to me on the list. And I mean, I know it was about 500 strong, but just really wasn't a whole lot that was going to get me out into those lines. And they were epic here in Charlotte. So I did go over to Lunchbox, one of the stores here that gets in the titles, earlier in the week. And I picked up this record, Chieko Freeman, Spirit Sensitive. This is the, I believe, 94 Analog Productions reissue of the original that was put out in Indian Navigation. This is a wonderful record. Cecil McBee's on this on bass. Chieko really smooth on this. It sounds wonderful. Very happy to find this. Went back again later in the week and found this record for $4. Dizzy Gillespie at Newport. 1957 original on Verve. Great performance. Lee Morgan on trumpet in his band on this. And again, like I've said, if Lee is on it, I'm going to find it and I'm going to get it into the collection. I absolutely love Lee Morgan on the trumpet, one of my favorites. Real happy to find this for just a couple of bucks. Also, had seen this and went back for it, and that's what I was there for. The David Holland Quartet, Conference of the Birds. This is a promo copy on ECM from '73, one of the great years in music history. You've got Sam Rivers and Anthony Braxton both on this bad boy. This is a free jazz monster. Really happy to find this. This was extremely inexpensive for what it is. I'm stoked to put this into the collection. And so our local pop-up guys, again, as I described in the last video, went brick and mortar, opened up shop at Tip Top Daily Market, where they have a lot of really good craft beers, beers on draft. That's one half of the place, and then the other half is records. As you can imagine, it is glory. And now those guys are posting videos of what they're getting ready to put out, since they're, open from noon to midnight every day. Because you can just go grab the records tape at the counter where you buy your beers. Fantastic. And so I was going to wait and go down there on Saturday, because they were going to have a kind of their own deal going on for Record Store Day, as far as the after party was going to be there. They were going to have DJs. But I went down there Friday night because I wasn't going to let stuff sit, and was able to pick this up. Herbie Hancock, Taken Off. This was Herbie's first solo effort. You have Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Dexter Gordon on tenor, Billy Higgins on drums, Butch Warren on bass. Fantastic record. This is the DMM reissue on Blue Note. Sounds great. Very happy to grab this. Very inexpensive, like 10, 12 bucks. And then they had this record that had been on the wall, and I wasn't sure if they had still had it, but they did. Gabe Tsavo, Dreams, 1968 original press on Sky Records. Great cover art. Unfortunately, there's some writing on here. I don't know if a child did that or what, or whatever, but it's unfortunate, but got 20% off on the price, and it was already a low price compared to what I see these go for. Very stoked to pick this up. You've got 3 people playing French horn on this. And my mom played French horn. Sold. We spun a couple records that night that he had on the wall. Also, this was the Digger's Delight guys, Scott and Cairo. The Roland Hanna Trio, Child of Gemini on MPS. This is an original from '71. This is a really great record. I spun this morning, perfect for a Sunday morning. A lot of groove, piano oriented, piano driven. This is a great record. Highly recommend this if you can find it. That's the U.S. press. I think there's also a German press. And then Cairo threw this on and sold me on it. It was just a few bucks. Kenny Barron, Innocence, on the Wolf label from '78, I believe, yeah. And Sonny Fortune on the sax on this. Just kills it. Sold me. Kenny on the keys is fantastic. Billy Hart on drums. This is a real good one you can pick up cheap. So that's what I grabbed Friday night, and then of course the big day on Saturday. I had seen a record and I took a look at it Friday night and listened to it on YouTube. Was real intrigued by it, and had recalled seeing one of the guys in the VC show it before and speak about it briefly. I believe Anthony down in Melbourne. And so I immediately headed over to Tip Top First on Saturday at noon when they opened, and picked up this record here, and it is absolutely amazing. Spun it a few times now already. Cadona 3, Don Cherry on the trumpet on this. You got Colin Walcott playing sitar, tabla, Nana Vasconcelos on marimba and percussion. This is an absolute masterpiece, and so I'm going to have to seek out the other two for certain. Mike Weber in the VC has highly recommended them, so I'm on the look. This is absolutely wonderful music, very different. Every song is different from the next. Yeah. Also picked up a few others from Premium Sound, real cheap records. Wonderful records though here. Ahmad Jamal at the Pershing, Volume 2, 1961 original on Argo, just a few bucks. Just a wonderful trio. Anything from Ahmad Jamal in this period, as you've seen through a couple of my videos recently, I'm going to grab. Looking for, of course, The Awakening on Impulse. If I sell 5 homes that I do not own in the next day or two, maybe I'll get that record, but these will do for now. Also grabbed from Luke Max Roach +4 at Newport. I believe this is 58. Yeah. This is, I think, a 1960 stereo pressing of the 58 performance. Amazing lineup here. George Coleman on the sax, and you got Booker Little on trumpet. Yeah, Ray Draper on the tuba, Art Davis on bass, and of course Max on drums. This one you can find for just a few bucks. Grab it. So that was going to be the extent of my day. Like I said, the lines here at our local shops, Repo Records and Lunchbox Records, are absolutely mind-numbing. And they get bigger and bigger every time. And, if there was, something that was crazy that I needed, I'd brave it, I guess. But so I ended up going down to Lunchbox at around 4 o'clock. They'd been open since probably 9. didn't expect there to be anything left. And there really wasn't a whole lot left. But this record had intrigued me. Been seeing a lot of publicity on it from Egon, and so picked it up. And this is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing record. If your shop still has a copy of this from Record Store Day, go and get it. You will not be disappointed. This is Song of Innocence, composed and arranged by David Axelrod. I'm going to be spinning this a ton. This is a masterpiece. This is basically jazz fusion before Bitches Brew, and psych rock in here, and the beats on this. It's a combination of so many wonderful elements of music. This is fantastic. I almost slept on it, and I'm glad I didn't. And that's the only thing I got at Lunchbox. They had a really cool tote bag that they gave away. I'll grab it. Of course, I think a lot of the big shops had these for Record Store Day, and on the back it was specific to the shop, so it's got Lunchbox records on the back. Really cool. You can always use one of those. And so that's all I picked up on the big day. But went back this morning. Repo is always closed on Sunday, except for the day after Record Store Day, so they can try to move what stock they have left. And snuck in there, and I didn't see it before because I of course poked my head in there and got nothing. Probably around I think maybe noon. Yes, on Saturday, but they did have one copy of this left, and they only got two in. The Delvin Lamar Organ Trio, live at KEXP in Seattle. This is a fantastic trio. Reminds me of Menahan Street Band, and much love to Robert Burns in the vinyl community. He's turned me on to these guys, and he was awesome enough to send me some audio from their live performance yesterday. I believe they were playing in Plateroom Records in Ohio. And the guys that run Coleman Records, which this label's on, I believe they run that shop as well. And just this is just the best. This is great. Very, very stoked that my local had a copy left. So gonna be spinning this quite a bit as well. So I hope everybody had a great Record Store Day, and I have seen on the Facebook page a lot of people really went to town, and so I hope they're enjoying their records. We'll see you next time. Peace.